Well, Allegan County just finished its damage assessment from last week's storms, and the number is well into the millions, although it's still too early to tell whether homeowners will get any relief from the government. Tonight, News Channel 3's Colin Roos is talking to residents and officials in Allegan County to see how they're trying to cover that cost.
A barn completely ripped apart, sheet metal bent like plastic, and lumber littering the ground. This was just one of the properties that took the brunt of the EF1 tornado ripping through Dorr Township last week. Ruby Rodriguez rents the home on the property and says it caught her family completely off guard.
We were checking the news and saw the tornado watch, but usually it's nothing serious.
While her home was intact, her business wasn't. Rodriguez sold desserts and snacks out of a food truck that was inside this barn. She and her mother were in the middle of painting and repairing it.
We were almost done doing that when the tornado hit, and sadly, it did not make it.
Now, there's damage like this all over Allegan County. The total assessment is valued at more than $2 million, and less than a quarter of that is eligible for reimbursement. The Emergency Operations Center says there is no FEMA money coming for homeowners at this time. County Administrator Rob Sorrow says the assessment is now in the hands of Governor Whitmer, but an assessment doesn't mean money is guaranteed for anyone. If the governor issues a statewide emergency declaration, the county could receive up to $440,000. If she doesn't, local governments will have to scale back public services.
That's why the county is working so hard to create at least the opportunity for reimbursement, because those response costs would otherwise have to be absorbed in their budgets.
The money would cover costs like overtime for emergency workers and damage to government buildings. But any relief for individual homeowners would have to come from their insurance carriers, at least at this point.
When you have smaller municipalities, sometimes their resources can be exhausted just within the first, few hours, if not days of response.
While no life was lost in the storms, this week starts the painful rebuilding process for property owners like Rodriguez. But she's grateful to have neighbors ready to see her through.
It's terrible what happened to this town, but we will rebuild.
In Allegan County, Colin Roos, News Channel 3.